What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. First, I want to say for everyone who showed up to my live stream last night for the Keith Thurman and Josesito fight, thank you very much. We had a great time. It was a fantastic fight. Very funny moments. So thank you very much. As far as the fight itself, I think the fight was extremely entertaining. I love that fight. I was very much entertained. The fight didn't go without drama. Keith Thurman dropped Josesito López, and Keith Thurman later in that fight was in trouble himself. Early in the round, Lopez hurt Keith Thurman, and I'm not sure how Keith Thurman survived that round. I mean, it's a testament to his heart, to his courage, and his ability to survive. So much love to Keith Thurman for pulling that fight out. I did think he looked rusty, definitely looked rusty, and he definitely needs another fight before we start speaking on Errol Spence, Sean Porter, and stuff like that, which is the perfect segue to my thought to this debate and controversial statement. I think if Manny Pacquiao takes on Keith Thurman next, which is a very high possibility because Freddie Roach himself, he said if he can't get the Floyd Mayweather fight, Keith Thurman's the fight we want. If Manny Pacquiao takes on Keith Thurman next, I will immediately consider Manny Pacquiao's career to be greater than Floyd Mayweather's. I would immediately consider Manny Pacquiao to be greater than Floyd Mayweather. And this is what I mean. Floyd Mayweather, in my opinion, is a better boxer than Manny Pacquiao. And I also want to state that I am a bigger fan of Floyd Mayweather than I am of Manny Pacquiao. Why? Because I always loved Floyd Mayweather's fighting style. Before Floyd Mayweather fought Sean Bay Mitchell in the lighter weight classes, Floyd Mayweather was just a bad boy. Before he started having tender hands, fractured hands, moving up in weight classes, taking on guys who were definitely outside of his natural weight class. He adjusted, pop shot. He was very smart, very defensive. You know how Floyd Mayweather was. Very impressive fighter. He was just a bad boy. So I am a bigger fan of Floyd Mayweather's fighting style than I am of Manny Pacquiao. And Floyd Mayweather did beat Manny Pacquiao. So in my opinion, Floyd Mayweather is a better boxer than Manny Pacquiao, but that does not make him greater. Okay. The reason why I'm using this matchup, Manny Pacquiao taking on Keith Thurman, as the fight that means he's greater than Floyd Mayweather is because of this one thing. When Floyd Mayweather took on Andre Berto, Keith Thurman was the #1 contender. But Floyd Mayweather took Berto. Why did he take Berto? Now, a few of you guys are going to say, well, Floyd Mayweather was smart. Why take on a challenge like Keith Thurman? Why you should, at the twilight of your career, take on a guy that you know you can beat. If you feel that way, that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you, and it's going to be very hard for me to say anything to convince you otherwise. But to the warriors out there, the boxing is a great sport. It's a great sport because it's great for the common man, the man that wouldn't dare to be a gladiator, the man that wouldn't throw himself in the ring and make a living out of fighting, out of training yourself to be a weapon and fight somebody in front of everybody, in front of millions, put your life on the line. It is great for the common man. It is inspirational, which is why Rocky is one of the greatest movies ever, okay? Greatest movie franchises ever. It inspires you as a common man to take on challenges yourself. So the very best fighters that exemplify, that represents the sport at its best, are fighters who take on challenges. Now, Floyd Mayweather, he is the greatest businessman. He is the GOAT of boxing when it comes to a boxer being a businessman. But I'm talking about representing the sport at its highest. Did you think Muhammad Ali, do you think that he knew that he had beat Larry Holmes? Did you think Henry Armstrong knew that he had beat Sugar Ray Robinson? How about Sugar Ray Leonard taking on Hector Camacho? How about Roy Jones Jr. coming down from heavyweight and taking on Antonio Tarver? Evander Holyfield having, heart conditions, and they're saying that he probably shouldn't fight anymore, but then he takes on Mike Tyson. Stuff like that is inspirational, and those are the fighters that represent the sport at its highest. Okay, the reason why we love the sport of boxing, the reason why we love combat sports. Floyd Mayweather didn't take on Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman was too dangerous. He was too dangerous for a fighter. One time, Sugar Ray Leonard said, there wasn't a fighter out there that I didn't think I can beat at any time in my career. Why? Because he felt that he could depend on that thing in him that makes him greater than everybody. That's what makes a fighter. Courage, bravery. Okay, now, Manny Pacquiao is about to take on Keith Thurman. He's about to take on Keith Thurman at 40 years old. He represents that. He represents combat sports, boxing at its highest, taking on a challenge. Now, he beat Adrian Broner, a young Adrian Broner, 29 years old. That was excellent what he did. Plus, Manny Pacquiao didn't look good. He looked 40. And according to Freddie Roach, Manny Pacquiao was actually sick for the fight. But that is inspirational for any middle-aged man, for anybody who looks at a younger group of guys and feel that they are stronger than him. He can look at Manny Pacquiao, saw what he did, and that can inspire him or make him say, look at himself and say, hold on, man, I can be more than this. I don't have to be afraid. That's what Manny Pacquiao did. Now, Manny Pacquiao is about to take on a very dangerous Keith Thurman, okay? And win, lose, or draw, the fact that Manny Pacquiao is taking on a challenge that high, this late in his career, to me, puts him above Floyd Mayweather. Because when Keith Thurman was chasing Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd Mayweather can still fight, I'm talking about around the Maidana years, okay? Floyd Mayweather, he wanted none of that. He wanted none of that smoke. And at the time, we saw that as smart. Hey, man, you got an undefeated record. You're Floyd Mayweather. Why put that up against a Keith Thurman? That is the mentality that's of a businessman. It's definitely not the mentality of a fighter. I think Manny Pacquiao taking on Keith Thurman represents that mentality of a fighter. Now, your argument may be, well, Floyd Mayweather is undefeated. That right there makes him greater than everybody. If you feel that way, then Joe Calzaghe is as great as Floyd Mayweather. If you feel that way, Rocky Marciano is greater than Muhammad Ali. If you feel that way, if you think that being undefeated means everything, then that's how you feel. Rocky Marciano must be better than Joe Louis, must be better than Ali, must be better than anybody who's taken a loss. Okay, the three greatest fighters of all time must be Floyd Mayweather, Joe Calzaghe, Rocky Marciano. All right, but that is not the case. That's not true. Being undefeated does not make you great. So let me know what you think. Do you think Manny Pacquiao taking on this challenge with Keith Thurman says so much about Manny Pacquiao that he's greater than Floyd Mayweather? Look, their careers were already comparable, right? Because they took on a lot of the same guys. Sugar Shane Mosley, Cotto, Ricky Hatton, Oscar De La Hoya. They took on the same kind of guys, all right? But the way that Manny Pacquiao has gone about his career, especially in these later years, I think edges Floyd Mayweather out when it comes to greatness. So let me know what you think. Please comment below. Thank you for coming out for the Keith Thurman fight. And ShowBizz the dope. I'm out.